Rain hammered the stacked towers of New York's Brooklyn mid-tier like it was trying to wash the city clean. Elena Voss had been right about one thing. The weather never changed, only the lies people told themselves about. Lira Kane pulled her hood lower and stepped out of the maglev onto the rain-slicked platform. Blonde hair, usually kept in a tight, practical braid, was already frizzing from the damp. She wore the standard mid-tier uniform that had become almost armor. A cropped, deep blue windbreaker with glowing synaptic threads along the seam. A sheer black tank underneath that showed the soft purple pulse of her Harmony 2 ports along her collarbone. And high-waisted raw denim shorts reinforced with metallic rivets. Practical enough to run in, revealing enough to remind the world she was still competing with ghosts. At 27, Lira was a professional extractor, one of the best ghost runners in the Brooklyn undergrowth. Tonight's job felt wrong from the first ping. The fixer's message had been simple: extract 1 vessel, live, premium payout, dead zone drop, no question. She hated no questions job. Lyra moved through the crowded platform, letting the crowd's body heat and low-level Harmony chatter wash over her. Her own ghost protocol ran quiet beneath the mandatory Harmony 2 layer, creating that familiar metallic aftertaste. She smiled at a security drone as it scanned her, feeding it perfectly calibrated, compliant thoughts. The drone's red light flickered green. Good girl, she thought bitterly. The meat was in an old maintenance alcove 3 levels down. The fixer, a wiry ex-surgeon called Stitch, waited with 2 other runners. Kane, Stitch grunted. This is Jax and Miko. Jax was a silent, tall, dark-skinned, crude street armor, no glowing ports at all. Miko is a small Japanese woman with too many neural scars and the jittery eyes of someone who lived half her life in the hollow. Stitch slid a data shard across the crate they were using as a table. Target is Elena Voss, no relation to your friend Lira, before you ask. 24, mid-tier MemFans creator, taken 3 weeks ago for the Surrogacy Program. She's 8 weeks pregnant with what they claim is high-value genetic stock. We need her out alive before they lock her into a permanent vessel contract. Lyra's stomach tightened. Surrogacy, the word everyone whispered but never said out loud, in controlled zones. Why us? She asked. Because you're good at moving warm bodies through checkpoints without tripping shepherds, Stitch said. And because the client is paying triple, half now, half on delivery to the East River Safe Hub. Jack spoke for the first time, voice low. Client's a premium who changed his mind. Wants his biological kid back before they memory wipe the mother and sell her to another bidder. Miko added quietly. Elena's been fighting the patches. She's starting to remember things. That makes her dangerous. Lyra stared at the shard. A photo appeared, a beautiful young woman with dark hair and terrified eyes, wearing a medical gown in a sterile white room. She hated this job already, but the money would buy her sister another year of suppressed. Timeline? She asked. 48 hours, Stitch said. After that, they move her to a continuity vault. Once she's there, she's gone. Lyra nodded one. Gear? Stitch slid over a small case. Inside were 3 high-end intense spoofers, 2 port scramblers, and a single ghosted pistol. Illegal as hell. Try not to use the gun, he said. Shepherds hear gunfire in their sleep. The first leg was the hardest, getting from Brooklyn mid-tier into the Manhattan corporate spine, where the surrogacy processing facility was hidden. They rode the maglev in silence, each runner lost in their own metal-tasting thought. Lyra kept her posture relaxed, letting the Harmony 2 layer paint her face with the gentle satisfaction of a woman heading to a night shift. Inside, her real mind was sharp and cold. Jack sat across from her, eyes closed, looking for all the world like just another silent laborer. Silence were useful, invisible to most shepherd scans, but they couldn't help with social infiltration. Miko was jacked into a small hollow viewer, probably scouting the facility's dream layer layout. At the Manhattan checkpoint, 2 enforcers and a floating security drone waited. Lyra felt the shepherd ping brush across her mind like cold fingers. She fed it exactly what it wanted: mild boredom, professional focus, faint sexual anticipation about seeing her boyfriend later. The ping lingered half a second longer than usual, then moved on. The enforcer waved them through. 1 checkpoint down. 6 more to go. Ugh. The surrogacy facility was buried beneath a legitimate cognitive research tower in Lower Manhattan. Publicly, it was a maternal wellness center. Privately, it was where the elite harvested the future. They entered through the undergrid service tunnels, wading through ankle-deep, polluted water that reflected the purple glow of Lyra's ports. Jax took point, moving like a shadow. Miko stayed close to Lira, ready to deploy a localized shepherd spoofer if needed. The service entrance was guarded by 2 bored corporate security techs playing card. Lira handled it the way she always did, with charm and a carefully prepared memory pack. She approached with the confident sway that mid-tier women learned early. The sheer top under her windbreaker caught the dim light just right. "Evening, boys," she said, voice warm. "Shift change already? Stitch sent me with fresh coffee and something better." She held up a small encrypted memory shard, a high-quality echo packet of a MemFans creator known for extremely pleasurable experiences. The guard's eyes lit up. While they were distracted loading the packet, Jack slipped behind them and put both down with silenced portrait. Non-lethal. They'd wake up in 20 minutes with fuzzy memories and headache. Miko plugged into the door panel. "We're in. 23 minutes before the next shepherd sweep." They moved fast. The facility was sterile white and humming with quiet machinery. They passed rows of gestation pods where surrogate mothers lay in chemically induced bliss, bellies rounded, faces peaceful. Some were clearly volunteers. Others weren't. Lyra's stomach turned. They found Elena Voss in a private suite on sublevel 4. She was awake, strapped to a monitoring bed, eyes wide with terror. Her dark hair was matted with sweat. The faint glow of heavy harmony patches pulsed at her temple. When she saw them, she tried to scream. The sound came out muffled. They'd already muted her vocal cord. Lara knelt beside her. "Elena, we're here to get you out, not if you understand." The woman nodded frantically. Jax cut the restraints while Miko worked on the implant lock. Lira injected a fast-acting ghost protocol booster. Risky this late in pregnancy, but necessary. Elena gasped as the real emotions flooded back. Tears spilled down her cheek. They said I volunteered. They showed me memories of signing the contract. I believed them. Lira helped her sit up. A lot of people believe them. Can you walk? I think so. They made it 3 corridors before the first shepherd ping hit. Weller, died. Cognitive anomaly detected. Subject Elena Voss. Unauthorized emotional spike. Wind of rain, not vocal. Red lights began to strobe. Time to run, Jax growled. Ugh. The escape turned into a nightmare sprint through service tunnels and maintenance shafts. Enforcers were converging. Shepherds were flooding the local grid with compliance commands. Lyra's ghost protocol was burning hot. The double exposure made her vision swim, fake calm crashing against raw terror and rage. They lost Miko at the 3rd checkpoint. She stayed behind to overload a shepherd instance, buying them time. Her final transmission was simple: get the girl out. Jax carried Elena when her strength failed. Lira ran point, using every spoofer and distraction they had left. They emerged into the East River dead zone, just as dawn broke gray over the flooded ruins. A firewall extraction team waited with a submersible skip. Elena collapsed into Lyra's arms as they boarded. "Thank you," she whispered. "I remember everything now. They took my baby's father, too. He tried to stop them." Lyra looked at the pregnant woman, then at the ruined city around them. This wasn't a victory. It was just another crack in the cage. But sometimes a crack was enough to start bringing the whole thing down.